Good morning. Um, I'm still just finishing my morning routine. Sometimes that means starting my workday later because sticking to the morning routine is what ensures that I do my work from the right place. And the same applies to living. Living in the right tone from the right compass. So that's kind of what I want to share about today in honor of Freedom Fridays. I just want to also introduce my assistant here, who's crucial to enlightenment. Cuddling is a very, pivotal part of self-healing. I had a chat with a friend yesterday. It was really wonderful. 2 hours on the phone. You know who you are. And I look back on how a lot of amazing changes started in my life. And I guess the pretext was meditation. I started with 1 minute a day. It went to 5, it went to 10. But that wasn't the turning point. It was laying the groundwork. It's what put me in a state of mind where I could be receptive to what the next level is. But the huge turning point was shifting my axis of power and action to being in a state of receiving rather than directing. So I'm an actor as well, and I always responded well to direction. Despite not being great with authority, I like a little bit of, intention from the outside. I like to be given a certain parameters, and then I can feel creative within that. And yet in my day-to-day life, I was, really trying to run the show. And I felt like I knew better than life, than the universe, than my story, than other people. I wanted to be in charge, and that's some of the tricky part with manifestation. Is sometimes we're pushing so hard for a certain agenda, assuming that we know what we really want, and sometimes things are not coming through because they're not right for us, and they come from a place of lack or fear or comparison with what other people have, and thinking that we should want what they have. I really do believe that our stories are unique and they're meant for us, or that we chose them. So the shift for me happened when I kind of threw my arms up in the air and I said, I give up. I tried to do everything right. I had my meditation, I had a spiritual morning routine, I had a communication with spirit guides, I was taking care of my house, my home, my relationships. I still had an addiction to weed. I had reduced, going out too much or drinking or partying, and I pushed out, what I perceived to be negative influences out of my life. And in some way that was kind of a metaphor for what I thought I was doing right, which was not right, which was okay, other people, other situations, things outside of me are the problem. I just need to keep, negative influences at bay, and I will, get the things I want, manifest the things that I want. Just got to keep that negativity away from me. What happened is I ended up backing myself into a corner. I spent a lot of time at home. I was relatively isolated. I wasn't eager to connect with other people. And I had pushed out, everything I thought was the problem, and life still wasn't really falling into place. I did the work I thought I should do in my entrepreneurial endeavors. I felt like I was trying really hard with work, and things were just stuck. The shift happened. I think that my mind knew the shift before I knew it, because I had put a quote on my computer that says, "May you show me something that's even more wonderful than I could imagine for myself." I've mentioned that to some of you. But a year before, I'd heard a podcast on Oprah's Super Soul Sundays of someone saying that the shift in their life happened when they started saying, "Thy will be done." It's a prayer, it's a line from the Bible. I wasn't raised at all Christian, but it had popped up into my mind after a year of morning meditation, the whole routine. Sometimes I would spend 2 hours doing a spiritual morning routine. And I kind of felt stuck. I was like, I thought I did everything right. I've Mary Kondo'd my apartment. I'm trying so hard to be a good person. I'm so stuck. So I just said, okay, thy will be done. Like universe, source, spirit, God, whatever is out there, please show me the way. Because I clearly don't know what's right for me. What I think I'm supposed to be manifesting is not happening in an effortless or meaningful way. And I swear to you, within 3 days of implementing that way of thinking, I spontaneously wrote in my morning pages, I want to be sober today. And that, meant a long weed habit, right? Letting go of that. And I laughed, my ego laughed. Like it saw that on the page. I was writing morning pages every morning. It's 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing. And my ego saw that and was like, you think you can just decide, out of nowhere, spontaneously to stop a daily habit that you've had, for over a decade? Yeah, right. But I looked up inspiration online, what Lacey Phillips calls expanders. I looked up sobriety expanders. I found, I think, a Brad Pitt quote. And I shared it on my Instagram about sobriety. Within an hour, a sobriety group in Montreal followed me. And I never even occurred to me to have a sort of support group. That night, I was at their meeting. I found a community of like-minded people that had accomplished what I wanted to do. And almost 8 months later, I've been going to 3 or 4 meetings a week. I'm sharing this personal story because every piece of the puzzle that has come together in my life and continues to come together has been from this shift in attitude of I am not forcing good things to happen out of willpower, out of determination, out of intelligence. I have given up power. I have stopped trying to play God. And I have been in a state of receiving where I am like, show me the next right thing to do. Show me how you want me to be of service today. Show me the path that's meant for me. And I'm constantly keeping my eye and ear open, like a hunter that's like, out in the woods, waiting for the rustle of leaves to hear an animal. I am constantly waiting to hear. And sometimes my mind doesn't understand it. Sometimes I'm sitting down to work and someone that I love calls me and my ego says, no, you can't afford to change your plan. You have to get to your schedule. And the voice from source, from outside is like, well, what's more important than this person that you love calling to communicate with you? So I am constantly giving up my plans, keeping my ear out for the divine plan for me. And the less I need to take care of everything through control and effort, the more I am taking care of. And, where I used to be spontaneous and it was irresponsible and things would kind of fall apart, now I'm spontaneous from a place of being guided by a divine power, by something that's greater than me, and everything gets taken care of and nobody or nothing gets left behind. So if you can trust that there's a schedule that is greater than the one your conscious mind has designed for you, I promise you things will shift in your life in a way that your own willpower and then guilting yourself when you don't accomplish the things you think you're supposed to accomplish will ever achieve. It sounds like it's a light, not frivolous, but it sounds like something like, oh, it can't be that simple. Like it actually is that simple. And if you just, it doesn't have to be thy will be done, but if you just start to implement that kind of sentiment into your days, you can come up with your own sentence of just like taking a moment, taking a deep breath. This is like the shortest meditation that exists, right? And just like, show me the way, show me what you want me to do. Show me what's meant for me. how can I be of service? The right actions will start to present themselves, the right opportunities, the right information, the right connections. These things will manifest in a way that, like, you're manifesting. I had to delete some stuff from my phone. I guess I'm being guided to wrap this up. So, like, right there, my plans were interfered, right? I don't get this, like, smooth ending to my video. I actually embrace accidents, interruptions, mistakes. When something subverts me from my plan, I am just, like, waiting for the blessing in disguise to come out of it. So this is basically the foundation of a course that I'm developing, an e-course on daily practices to connect you with your intuition, with spirit guides, to develop divination abilities, to basically live your life by spiritual guidance. I'm giving you away the best golden nugget, and most of you who are my clients know that I have probably already communicated this stuff to you, but I just I need to share this because if you're going to do one thing to live along spiritual lines, this is the shift in the perspective that will make the most difference, and it'll connect you to everything else that you need to know. So blessings to you all this weekend. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this hits home, and I hope you guys give it a try. Let me know what comes about, and thanks everyone. Talk soon.